everyone. I'm stealing Alice's seat today to come and talk to this wonderful cast about Eden. Before we go around and say hello to everyone and the usual things, please check out all of the links that are currently being spammed in chat. Social links there, places you can go to support us, sponsor information. Big thank you to Bird and Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press who make this all possible. Bunch of websites so you get 10 to 15% discount. Check all of it out. It's fantastic. We'll go around and say hello to anyone. Start thinking of questions though, because we will be improving our own questions, but also answering like community questions is interesting, so please think of questions. Let's go around and say hello to everyone. Let's start with Renee. Oh, hi.
Hi, I'm Renee. How are you? I'm gonna go tweet to Edenfall that we're doing this as well, because this is super exciting. Glad that we can just be here and chat, because I love time with my Eden fam every freaking week. You can usually see me find me at I play JD. I'm also on Twitter at RayDNR. And I also forgot a fork for my dinner, so I'm gonna run as soon as I finish talking. But I'm around doing streams on Nerd Immersion and here on Scratticus Academy, including one right before this show called Just Because You Can. It's been so fun. And then also, I do a lot of podcast projects. So I have one called Fate and the Fable Maidens. I DM for its family-friendly D&D. And then I also have Edenfall, which is an upcoming cyberpunk audio drama, which we'll probably talk about tonight because it's pretty darn tied to this show.
We almost certainly shall. Well, indeed. Next round, let's go to NPC Bree. Oh, hi, Bree.
Hello! Yes, it is I, NPC Bree. I usually play Dot, but now I'm just going to shriek about all my favorite ships and how much I love all of my cast members here on Eden. No, that's literally all I have today. I'm really excited just to talk about how much I love my friends.
What better thing is there to be excited about? Awesome, thank you. Next, well, it says Tazalians, but I believe they've rebranded. It's Heavenly. Oh, hi.
Hello, it's me. It's Heavenly. I've rebranded, yes. I've decided to do like the one thing across all my platforms. So I am now, that is my real name, but with no A in the that because of the character limitations. Because that is my real name. My real name is Heavenly. That is my real name. And I'm really excited to be here and answer questions. I play
Awesome.
Coil.
You do. You do. Number one, Daddy Paddler. Sorry, Zelda. I realise you're just about to speak and I've just ruined you. Zelda, your turn.
Hi, I'm Zelda. Yeah, I am Zelda, and I play Vestal in this great campaign at which we are in our second season. And you can find me at Zeldemonic, and I do some things on the internet. Mostly playing in games. If you're interested in that, if you're here, you probably are. Hi.
Hi. Well, everyone, I think I would like to open conversations with a poignant question. Two-part question. What is your favourite part of Eden so far, both series? And what is intriguing you the most about the current plotline? Those are my two questions. I'm not going to put anyone on the spot. I'll let you go as you think of things. Chat, anytime you want to ask us questions, please chime on in.
Okay, favorite part of Eden so far? All the way to date has to be our Sky car chase.
Yes! Thank you. I'm so glad you agree.
Yes, because it was, and I don't know if my Nana was just humoring me, but I remember like before the Eden finale, right after that episode, I was like in my grandmother's living room explaining to her what happened. And then Vestal teleported onto the trunk of the car. And then we were riding along right alongside the taxi and the door opened. And like, she was like, uh-huh. And then, yes. And I think she was just humoring me, but also I really just loved even reliving it and the fact that someone else was seeming to enjoy what had happened as well. It was intense and wonderful and amazing.
Wow, I agree. I so hard agree. It was just such an iconic moment, and when you play RPGs, there's a lot of really exciting things that can happen, but there's never anything like I've never experienced anything just so organic and exciting. And the chat is screaming, and they're all throwing like the crits at us and like advantages. We're all screaming, trying to give each other our crits and advantages, and everyone's just hyperventilating while Alice is just like grinning from ear to ear. It was just such a good moment. I agree. That was just stand up. Also, I'm terrified about how JD is now related to Telemachus. That is my moment of current like lore terror. That is my current plot that is giving me the biggest of anxiety.
What? Are they related?
What?
What?
I don't know. Ah.
I will agree. That was actually the first thing that came to my mind was the car chase scene. It was such a standout moment or standout like hour that felt like 10 minutes, and it was almost like, I don't know, it's like a movie kind of action scene that I didn't even know could like happen in RPGs. It was like something that so much happened in such a short time frame that it was like your heart was beating and you were like actually like amped at this. Like it's like when you're about to have a heart attack over a book. I don't know if it's like applicable, but it's things in RPGs seem to be drawn out slower. This felt like it was minutes, and it was an hour.
Yeah, because you still had like a whole session to run afterwards as well.
Yeah, that was like, we had a lot to do after that, but we had to take like a break after that, I think, like, or a moment, or at least I did, because I hyperventilated so bad that
Yeah, didn't you nearly faint?
Yeah, that was one of the times I nearly fainted. Season 1, I had far less composure. I was too busy hyperventilating, which isn't good for my memory or my brain. So I've done my best this season to kind of just breathe.
And we remind her as regularly as possible.
Even when we're not playing in Eden, I occasionally get messages, just remember to breathe.
My favorite moment has been, that's really tricky. I like all the moments. I love all of them. I really liked this last episode where everyone was having a birthday celebration because it felt like it was what they deserved. So it felt really nice for them to just get to rest and have a good time. I kind of liked I really liked our first episode of this season where we were all reintroduced to one another. I thought it was really interesting. And last season, I just loved all the moments where like Artie had to learn how to do crime, because first Artie didn't do crime, and then he did do crime, and then he did crime really well. And so yeah, I don't know. For me, it's hard to say which moment has been my favorite, because I really liked all of them, because I'm a big baby and I get emotionally attached to everything.
Yeah.
Speaking of emotionally attached, season 1, when Hev's first character in the campaign, when we lost, I cried over that. I was like, my heart, and the whole time you're just like, it's fine, because I had it planned the whole time, and I'm like,
yeah, my character was murdered in the first season because I wasn't able to continue any longer, and Alice had approached me and she had said, do you want like your character to live on, or do you want your character to die? And I was like, oh yeah, murder. I want the murder option. And then she said, should we tell everyone? And I said no. So
that is my favorite thing about it, was we went into this murder sequence with no one knowing about it.
And I did tell her, I was like, don't tell me how you're going to do it or when you're going to do it, because I was told to expect to be on for 3 more sessions. So I wasn't sure like when I was going to get murdered. I wasn't even sure how it was going to happen.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it
It's like the quest in the Oblivion game when he's like, I really want to die, but like, don't tell me when. And every time he sees you, like, he runs away. He's like, no, I'm not ready.
Well, I think Alice also did a really good job of putting in hints that because I knew that I was coming towards an end, I was trying to be like, okay, well, that's how I'm gonna die. So when there was that scene where I think it was you, JD was going through everything, and Crowbar's health record had like everyone else was either red or green, and Crowbar's was like yellow or something. It was a different color. I was like, okay, well, this is it. This is how I'm going to go. I'm going to have some latent stage of whatever's happening, and I'm going to die the way that everyone else did. And then she stabbed me, and I was like, what? Not expecting that.
I will say some of my other favorite moments are like Coil handling things in the worst possible way.
Oh my God, I've never laughed so hard.
Oh my gosh. One of my favorite moments is Coil climbing the apartment.
Wrong apartment.
The whole time.
I have to like say favorite moment that was without Heavenly was the taxi, but with Crowbar it was absolutely the death scene. I was so freaking caught off guard on that, and that was like the moment where it really clicked for me that this game is going to be one I was incredibly emotionally attached to. And then we're so glad to have Heavenly back, so glad. And then Coil climbing up Coil's had a lot of great moments, but that one was very good.
I believe that all of Coil's decisions are the best decisions. Dot disagrees wholeheartedly. My character and I are we have very two different outlooks on Coil. She must babysit. I must encourage.
We've got a bunch of questions coming from chat, mostly from Michael Wayne, I think. Oh boy, there's all sorts. Is Coil going to try help shipping every chance they get? Does Coil have a cowboy hat now? Where is Alice? We answered. Does JD have a favorite bot? And is there a thing from Vestal's shop they still have?
Are
we answering in order?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is Coil gonna help with every ship? I mean, I guess. I don't know that Coil understands that there are romances blooming around her. I'm not entirely sure how the pheromone thing happened. It was probably something that I said, but I don't remember. But now that Coil can sense pheromones, I guess they are aware that things are happening. So I think Coil will just continue awkwardly stating what they are seeing.
Great. That's going to be so great for all of the ships.
In the hopes that maybe, I think for Coil, like especially with Artie, Coil is thinking that perhaps Artie doesn't know how to say what he's thinking, and so Coil is just going to be reading his body language aloud and hope that they're helping in some way. Like the way that a school teacher would like help you when you're like almost there with a question, like you've nearly got it, and instead of telling you the answer, they're kind of like asking more questions to get it out of you. That's what Coil is going to be doing, but with relationships. And Coil does not have a cowboy hat, but I do think we should think about that. That's something we should consider for Coil.
I think Coil should have like a collection of hats. We can have like a special spot in your abdomen where you can keep your extra hats.
Coil's just gonna have a bunch of disguises now after their run-in with pretending to be a janitor. So they're gonna like open their stomach, and there's going to be like fake mustaches, some glasses.
Yes.
Does Coil have a thing for onesies? Because it's always been like the NASA jumpsuit, the cleaning full janitor.
Yeah, because they're very efficient. You know, it's one thing.
Custom Coil onesies.
I should have looked for like one of those like kigurumis at the Costco.
I think I want to get a onesie that I'll wear to cons that will have the quote that you said, Zelda. That's "I'm here to look suspicious and paddle dads," and then on the back it'll say, "And I'm done looking suspicious. I'm all out of dads."
All out of dads.
You paddled all of the dads. Every dad you've ever seen, you paddled.
You have paddled a lot of dads, and I realize that sounds weird to new people.
Can we get another shirt that says "Paddle Daddy"? Because I also want a shirt.
Whoa, yes. Paddle Daddy.
Yeah, that cannot be interpreted in any other way. It's a totally specific situational shirt that will never be misunderstood.
Yeah,
This
we'll
is
just put
a
Eden underneath. Paddle Daddy,
Oh,
Eden.
well, we can mark it everywhere with that. That's one of the shirts you could just mark it everywhere.
Yeah, yeah.
You are really marketing to more than one group there. You could be
Like
making
the
money.
badminton dads, like the tennis dads.
The well-known tennis dads, yeah.
They'll be famous in India for their cricket. They
Cricket
could be
dads.
Yep. So let's go with something else.
JD's favorite bot.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, does JD have a favorite bot? Yes, JD does have a favorite bot. She would never tell her bots. But Bash was the first bot she ever got, even before Kevin got an AI install, and so Bash is her kitty, and she really, really loves him. I am excluding Soren. I want to be very clear because I feel like Soren is no longer. Oh, I just saw the chat too. It's not Soren because
Mirrors as well as straight on there.
y'all. Soren's not JD's bot anymore. Soren is her own person, and so that JD considers her a best friend, not a bot. But Bash is her kitty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a second, I just imagined tables flipping everywhere.
Her best friend is a bot. Her best friend is just not her bot. They just work together a lot.
Soren is her own bot, thank you.
Yes, Soren is her own bot.
New hashtag.
Any more?
Any other favorite bots?
No, any more questions? We had a whole bunch, didn't we?
List them off way too fast.
The one
I'm so sorry.
I had kept anything from the shop, which I would say that as Vestal, I assumed lived at the shop, took whatever knickknacks and stuff out of her room, because I remember at the end of season 1, Alice asked, like, what were we doing and how are we, like, adjusting to things? I was kind of fixing up a room that had, like, pictures and whatever in it, as well as obviously my cards, and I feel like her room is not bare. It's like full of weird like knickknacks and stones and just things that seem like they have no actual significance, but it's just like a smooth round stone. It's not shiny, it's not pretty, it's just a smooth round stone will sit on a table or something and be like, oh, I had to keep this for whatever reason. It's just, I made this weird thing out of 2 other weird things that were broken and I had to keep it.
Okay, so I am Vestal in real life. I'm a secret hoarder of weird shit. I have boxes of stuff in a storage unit right now, just to, like, weird shit. I'm like, this is essentially garbage.
Also, I'm pulling this in canon right now. She saves bottle caps. Like
Yeah, I am.
pop caps.
I am Vestal. It's confirmed.
No wonder the things happen so easily. He says suspiciously, not sure how much has been released. Yeah. Talking about things that are being released, Renee, why don't we talk about Edenfall?
Yeah, sure. We can absolutely talk about Edenfall. Whoa, I almost dropped my fork that I just ran and got. That would have been bad. I did also want to look back though, because I think there's a question that ties into this. And that is, does Eden have a season 3? So Edenfall is the audio drama adaptation of this show. And I've talked to Alice a lot about what it will look like, because it is what? It is important for us to have kind of I'm writing the scripts, but also it's her story, and she's been GMing us through it for the past year now. And so it's important for us to kind of be on the same page. So we've talked a lot about what this will look like. And while I can't promise an Eden season 3, I can promise that Edenfall will also include a lot of new content. There were some times when we had to miss in streams when one of us couldn't be here, like Hans is not here tonight, and we miss him and love him. But in the podcast, that's not really going to happen. We'll see scenes with the characters throughout the story. We'll see new scenes with the characters. We'll meet new NPCs and other characters that we did not meet in the show. So while it will be the same story and it will be adapted from this stream, there's going to be a lot of new content, a lot of new scenes to look forward to, so that anyone who has enjoyed the stream can also enjoy the podcast, and anyone who gets started from just the podcast will be able to enjoy it without needing to see the stream.
Cool indeed.
And also, I can totally answer questions about Edenfall specifically if there are any, so just throwing that one out there for the chat as well.
Sure. I've got one straight up.
Yeah.
How's casting going?
Casting? Y'all, casting is so freaking awesome. We got over 125 auditions for Edenfall. That's amazing. That is so amazing. That is the community really showing up, and it is sinking into me that I'm going to have to send emails to 100 people and say, I'm sorry, I don't have a role to offer you at this time. So it's been a lot of work. For my deadline, which I decided, forever ago was going to be June 1st, I would send out casting emails by June 1st. I am working my butt off to get there. I have a lot to listen to. They average about 3 minutes each, and I'm making notes on each of them. I've done a lot of the organizational work up front, and now it's listening to people. And I've got to say, there's a lot of really talented voices in this community who submitted auditions. So it's definitely going to be a hard process. I hope that anyone who auditioned and does not get offered a role at this time will still support the show. I'm going to make some really hard decisions, but it's also, I think, going to be a very incredible project, because the showing that we had for auditions also shows the support that people are putting into the show, and we couldn't do it without that. So I'm excited. I'm very excited.
What we can't see is Renee's actually got a secret earbud in. She's actually listening to
currently going
auditions.
Yeah. I literally did that last night too. I was on the chat, and I had this earphone on, and then my other headphones in my ear, so I could listen to the auditions on my phone and type them into my spreadsheet on my iPad, which is over here. Is how in Twitch chat. And then also hanging out with people on the computer over here. So it's a pretty weird setup.
Yeah, fantastic. We've got another couple of questions come in. What is your favorite thing to eat or drink after the game?
Cake. Noodles before the game, cake after the game.
Usually it's just munchy snacks. I'll find chips and salsa or something really salty, I think.
For me, guilty pleasure. I'm supposed to work during Eden because obviously I'm not in this game. I just sit in the background and produce it. But it's too damn interesting. I can't work in the background, so my guilty pleasure is to not work and stay up extra late working and instead have a beer whilst I listen to Eden.
There you go. See, I wish I liked cake, but I don't actually like most desserts. So I just eat like, I don't know, like 3 packets of ramen and then crawl into bed because I'm too full to function, and then I just lay there.
Noodles is another strong option.
It is. It's 99% of my diet is noodles, 1% pizza.
Valid.
It's a favorite.
I don't know. When we finish, it's like 10:30 p.m. for me, so I eat candy. I'm always eating candy, but especially after I stream, I like to eat candy. Or I'll eat nachos.
Oh, fuck. No, I just want nachos.
I want to say that I feel like that's also a Coil answer, is just like eating candy. It's like they don't ever eat actual meals. Maybe it's just like the Coil is like kind of like the child.
Our sweet
Coil
baby.
doesn't eat. I don't think Coil eats.
I feel like
Not
they
yet.
anyway.
Not yet. They do want to eat some
JD
noodles.
is working on a heart for Soren, so why not work on a tubby for Goyle?
Another question come in. Do any of your characters have a theme song? Obviously, perhaps not one that's been commissioned, but are there any songs or anything that you guys listen to get in your character
there has been
headspace?
one commissioned.
What is
Oh
this?
shit, I forgot to message you about that. God, I'm
It's
terrible.
Message
I
me
was
before
pretty quick
Friday.
on it.
Yeah.
I'm an actual child. I don't think about things once it's like left my mind. Like I'd be like, I'm so excited about all of this, I can't remember any of it.
There might have been me and Alice might have had a date night. We're the saddest people because our date nights consist of us going and eating food and talking about RPGs.
I love you guys so much.
But we were sitting there cackling to ourselves, drinking wine, making a playlist for Adam Watson. Which I know is a no-no word in this.
It is, but it's good though.
I mean, I feel like we can't go to saying the person that can't be named because it's just too close to another story. But
I have thought about pulling up songs for JD. I've never really made playsets. What? That's a weave thing. I've never really made playlists. I almost did it again for characters, except for like the very first one I ever played long term. So I think I'm gonna have to delve a little bit more and find some music that's a little bit outside what I would normally listen to for JD. But yeah, there's absolutely something. It's kind of peppy and fun, like the Everybody Knows Your Name song, because that's kind of JD's mood, and I'll have to come up with it. I'll have to come up with a good little playlist. I'll probably tweet about it if I do, and then yeah, if anyone else didn't have a set playlist, they might be having a theme song before too long. What are podcasts for?
I will say I do have a playlist for both Vestal and Docile, so just throwing it out there. They do exist, and I have made both of them. And season 2 Vestal theme song, unmade, unlicensed song by us. No One Fucks With My Baby by Hosier is that's Vestal's season 2 theme song. Thank you.
We spend a lot of time discussing Docile romance for you all, so you can be prepared for the season of some very good romance.
I also want to shout out to Hans, who has said that Artie's music is probably like a fun, chill anime outro, and I love that. And there is a playlist for Artie as well.
I can kind of see it now, like him kind of sitting over like a pool of water with some rocks, and then like the more like obnoxious characters like leaning over him while he's trying to like relax and be contemplative. And like you can see the reflection of like Soren like in the water while the music plays and like the sky moves with the credits. I've got it. It's up there.
I can see all of Eden as an anime outro, and it's very good. And an intro too. It's good.
I love the question in chat there. Why would you make one for Adam Watson? Because we got to take a lot of our favorite songs and ruin them for ourselves and then our friends. That's exactly why we did it. Yeah.
Well, I don't really have a song for Coil or Crowbar, mainly because I don't really listen to like music. I know that's really bad. I just like listen to iTunes. I go to iTunes and I pick one of their mood playlists, and then I just play that based on my mood. So I don't really ever have songs that I'm like thinking about, and I don't make my own playlists. So I don't. I know I'm super strange.
No. I'm relating to you. Trust me. I like.
Okay. I know that always freaks people out, but
No, it's valid. I remember the time when like making a mixtape for someone was like the ultimate gift. Like, do you guys remember that? That like I was definitely one of those kids. You know. Yeah.
I'm down for it.
I think we joked that Coil's theme song was the Barney theme song.
I think that was a joke that we made.
But it's a little accurate.
Yeah, terrify small children and mothers.
No, Coil just wants to learn and make friends, but she's not afraid to paddle if someone is, steps out of line.
I was a big Barney kid growing up, and I don't remember at any point Barney paddling or terrifying children.
Terrified me.
Really? I still know the Barney theme song.
Don't, it's terrifying.
It can be pretty cryptic if you put it over anything that
Pretty cryptic.
Sorry, it could be sung by cryptids. How about that? Is that better?
Okay, yes.
There's a song that lures children to their death.
I wish I had the VHS tape with me, but it's in my car. I have a VHS tape called like My Birthday with Barney, and you can like superimpose your kid's head into like some weird animated shit. And they run around having an adventure with Barney while some like weird voice goes, "Free," like in between it. That's actually horrifying. Like if you want to be scared of Barney, that's the way to go.
No.
Guys, I have to find it. I'll send it to you as soon as I find it.
Okay, I wanna try and pull some of the angst that you guys have, because I know you have a lot. We did learn from an interview with Alice last season that she came up with Adam Watson by socially engineering him out of things that you all trusted, and then made him do things that were completely untrustworthy. What is your, up to you, favorite or least favorite Adam Watson moment?
I would like to go first. Because I had the pleasure of stabbing him between the ribs. After a very good dot smooch, they kill. They're powerful. No, that was a great moment because we were already just so like scared and anxious, and it was all leading up to this moment. We didn't know what was going to happen, and then everything was called, and he's like, let's just dance. And Dot's like, hell yeah, we're gonna dance, and I'm gonna stab you with the knife that was used to kill Crowbar. And that's what she did.
Yeah.
After kissing. Yep. It was a good moment. It was a very good moment for me.
I could probably still find the music for that whole like sequence.
No, it's so fine because I will exit out of Roll20.
I mean, I'm fairly sure that I've still got it. Are you even in Roll20? You are in Roll20. Great. I can
no, stop, Adam, please.
Sorry, what? Oh my god, it's so messy in here. There it is.
The carnival theme song. Is that the?
No, it's the like weird waltzing music they were listening to. My whole body shivered when it started. Like I have goosebumps right now. I'm uncomfortable.
Yep.
My discomfort level is over 9,000.
Everything with Adam Watson. It's amazing. I'm writing scripts for a podcast and reliving the torment of just like
Oh,
name and
makes
saying
me want to take like a whole shower.
casting Adam Watson. Like we're gonna have to hear Adam Watson all over again listening to this podcast.
We're gonna pick the most evil person we know.
I think that sounds like a great idea, actually.
Someone
I've reached out
really despicable.
to a few people. Just one. Just kidding.
One very evil soul.
One very evil soul.
Yeah, I've heard they're actually like an elder god or something like that. You know?
So good.
Eldritch horror, maybe.
Yeah, maybe something like that. Something along them lines.
So, also, my least favorite Adam
How
Watson
can you
moment.
focus right now? I can't even think.
I know. It's putting me on edge, which is making me okay. So there was a moment Adam Watson killed an Artie clone on video in front of JD. And that was
Right.
really, really, really rough for her. And because that was her best friend. While Soren was still kind of like developing personality, like Artie's like a brother to her, and so it was, that hit really hard. Least favorite Adam Watson moment. Favorite Adam Watson moment is just, I don't know. He's so damn persistent, and as much as I hate him, I'm glad for what he does for the story.
He's a great villain. I worked so hard to protect him. I wanted to protect him so bad. I even gave him my number because I had intentions.
But you didn't call.
I was busy cleaning up his mess. I will defend this until the day I die.
I've got so much respect for Alice. I've never seen someone create a villain that players don't want to name before. Like, she did it. She created Voldemort. She did it.
She created Voldemort. She did so good.
She did it.
Like, any other moments for us?
Gosh, there's just so many. I mean, this season even, when we saw Adam Watson on the screen, none of us knew what to do. We all stopped functioning for a solid, minute there? None of us were functioning. Kind of like how all the power went out in Eden, all the power went out inside of us. While we listened to this. Oh, just thinking about it. Adam Watson.
Unfortunately, I'm looking for Mozart's Moonlight Sonata to talk about the Soren moment. When Soren was dying and Hans was unfortunately it got lost in the update. When Roll20 had the update, that was from Shoutcast, so we lost it. But I'll see if I can get it put back in again, just so we can relive it sometime. I see emotions on people's faces. Do we want to talk?
Soren, my best friend. I cried
Sorry if I
so
go
hard.
quiet, my internet is cutting a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yep. Soren, that was I think the first time I really openly wept on stream. I mean, I've cried on stream since, because I think I do it in every show that I'm in on this channel. I definitely cried a couple times in Dynama. I have definitely cried this season some in Eden. So, I don't know if I've cried in Just Because You Can yet. high school angst and superheroes, but it's coming. Don't worry. So that moment like really opened the floodgates, as it were. So,
Yeah, I see that question in chat as well, and it opens the doorway for. I know Bree and Zelda are raring at the bit. What would be the perfect date for Vestal and Dot?
One that is very, very far away from all of their friends, for starters. I love you guys so much, but Dot cannot handle pheromone readings, heartbeat readings, JD crying, and Artie going like, okay, that is a new thing. That is
Just to say, the Soren pheromone readings thing, I would definitely be uncomfortable.
the whole the powers of the robots is too much. I think it would be one of those like Dot would look at other districts and be like, hey Vestal, let's just go away for the weekend.
Let's find the nice district, the one that's not trashed. And
Right, like a really nice district that's quiet. We'll say it's like work related.
it's good for us, you know? We just need to like remove ourselves from this. It's like a spa day, but like you don't actually go to the spa, you just get out of whatever place you're in.
You just spend the whole weekend in the hotel room, let's be honest.
True.
Wait.
Order in food. Hang
There's
out.
also like a snack shack or something that has vibrating beds we have to check out. During the
Right.
Zach Snack Shack?
Zach Snack Shack.
Oh, goodness. But yeah, I think it would be one of the. I think it would be very calm, probably not crazy, very away from everyone.
I feel like just like walking around in a new place, just talking and looking at things would be interesting. Just
Decompressing. Neither of them having to be strong or powerful for anyone. They could just relax together.
and no one here knows us.
Yes.
Walk down the street without anyone being like, "Hey, you
Until
killed, didn't
until
you?"
they walk down the street and like Adam Watson's face appears on the screen, like, "Hey, bitch, still watching you."
We're gonna
Okay.
ignore that.
Will
I'm
they
just
get
like-
a call from Coil? I'm in! Oh no!
I could just imagine, like, I was like, "Hey, so I can see you guys now. I hooked up to the Eden mainframe, and now I can see everywhere you go. What are you doing in that hotel room for so long?"
You know it.
Elaborate.
I'll be sending room service up to your room, some nice food that humans like, noodles and stuff,
Perfect.
toothbrushes, hairbrushes, things like that, onesies, so I know you're
You're like the mom from Mean Girls. Can I get you guys anything? A condom.
Yeah, JD might not be invited, but Renee wants to see this happen, so
How do we feel about the other sortie?
I've been waiting for them to smooch since season 1.
Oh, no.
sortie.
I love the way that it was like, oh, this is such a lovely romance that's been happening since the first season, says Alice. Be a shame if anything was to happen to it.
Right, and then every episode something bad happens. Aw, poor Soren. Poor Artie. They're good. They're pure. Ever since that first complication was put into the Zoom chat, because I read it the first time and I was like, what? Like, oh, okay. And ever since then, I've been waiting for a smooch. And now, I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm not allowed to talk because Alice collaborated.
And now I'm still waiting for a smooch.
Tee. Tee.
Stop doing that. It makes me so nervous.
I'm
I know,
sorry.
especially with where we're at right now with Soren.
Alice doesn't tee-hee, so I feel like I have to tee-hee for her.
Get all your teehees in while she's gone.
Tee-hee. What else? Oh, so we got another question in chat. Is there something that you'd want to occur again?
The sweet bliss of Adam's death.
Be careful, Alice might be able to arrange that.
That means he has to come back, though.
Do you really want that? Do you really want that?
Oh, I don't know. I would like more nice moments like we just had last week. More like maybe if we have like people missing or things happening or whatever, we can have more episodes where we talk about years in review. Because I think honestly Eden should go on for like 7 more seasons on Scratticus Academy, but whatever. It's fine.
I'm just saying, last episode was a great way to retcon things that my character has, and I will need to ask Alice a question, but I may have something on me that's new and that I have possibly been carrying with me the whole time. And it's like JD's light thing, the help the sleep machine.
Gifts.
But it's a different gift.
Beautiful.
It's like, please, JD, sleep. We love you. I see your dark circles. I care so much about you.
There's such a big I need to protect JD energy with both Dot and myself. Anytime anything bad happens to JD, I'm like, why am I not there to just fix it all for her? Take it all away.
But it's okay because JD spent time between seasons getting counseling, right? So JD's okay now.
Right. And I can see the corners of your mouth starting to turn. I don't trust the therapist. I don't trust anyone. I trust nothing.
That's because Eden is that game where you don't trust anyone.
This is the big problem that Alice was having at the beginning of the season. She was literally thinking, I love this campaign, but I don't think any of these players are going to trust anything I do ever again.
She's right. She's right.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm waiting for a despicable plot every time.
But this would be the first time Alice did that to me, though. I did a one-shot with her the first time I ever played with Alice. And every time I thought I was doing something right, at the end she was like, you fucked up so bad. And I was like, everything I knew was a lie.
I have a good answer to this. What is something that you would want to occur again?
Mm-hmm.
Character season introductions. Where we all kind of like had scenes that introduced the character for the season. I'd love to do that again for a season 3.
Are you trying to push for a season 3? Is that what you're?
I want to do like
campaign
character...
that was entirely
there was an
unnecessary.
explicit wink
we'd
there.
already been renewed.
I want to do character introductions like in a sitcom where it's like we're all in this together, and then we're like,
I'm
and it'll be like Coil, Paddle's dads.
The little like subtitle, like the on the screen,
Like,
exactly.
Freeze
Like
frame, and then the
Yeah, it'll be like we're all like goofing around like in a kitchen, and there'll be some funny music playing, and it'll be like Vestal and like Dot will be like sitting next to each other, like being really cute, and then like Artie and Soren can be like cooking in the background together, and
we're
JD,
all laughing.
JD like comes in from the garage and like wipes away grime because she was just like working on a building something, and then.
And then it freeze frames and zooms out, and then there's Adam watching all
No, there's not. There's not. That doesn't
Because Eden!
I was actually thinking like the doorbell rings, it's the postman, Coil opens
And
the
there's
door, paddles the postman, freeze frame
Paddles the
there.
postman. Yeah, and then the next frame is like everyone like emoting like Coil, you're not supposed to paddle people, and Coil's like.
I feel like instead of Adam watching over, it would be like the milkman walks up to the door and he like it just shows like the hand putting down the milk, and he walks away, and you drive away, and you just get like the side profile of him driving away or something, and it's just like he's there.
No, this is the happy intro.
I love the way that even the cast without Alice talking about a happy intro manage to worm in some angst, some foreshadowing.
We're just like thinking like what would traumatize us in like all of the right ways.
So we've got another question as well there from Mackenzie. If you could bring one Eden character into the real world to hang out with, human, robot, or other, who would it be?
I freaking love this question.
You all know I'm robot lover, so it might be Coil, but I do love Dot too. But JD's so nice. I'm so
worried that if I brought Coil to life, though, there would be more paddling than I could.
Mass casualties. Mass casualties.
There would only be paddling in the first couple of days as they learned customs. They would be really great, like as a TSA agent, I think.
I think all you have to do is cry one time. You just cry one time.
It'd be like, you were specifically told that you could only have 2 ounces of liquid.
Oh god. I feel like Dot and Coil would both get me into like a lot of trouble. Because I feel like I would be like, Dot, you're too cool and I want to do things that you want to do too. And this will get me put into a prison somewhere. I think I'd actually kind of want to hang out with JD. Oh,
Aww. I was gonna say Vestal, no lie.
I feel like I could have like a nice like afternoon and just like sit and enjoy a cup of tea or like go find somewhere like to walk around and chill out and sit in a park and even just like talk and I don't know.
Do you know what? I know the question says who would you like to hang with, but like I wouldn't necessarily like to hang with this person, but I'd love to just watch them from a distance. Artie.
Really? I would pick Artie, like hands down as like the person to hang out with.
No,
I would love.
I just want to watch. You know, just see what they do.
Terrible. That's terrible. That's terrible. I would love to take in Artie and like help him in like a kind and gentle environment. Like this is how you use the oven. This is how taxis work. This is how this works.
Also, how the hell does Artie do crime? He doesn't even eat snacks. That was something stated in one of the early episodes that he doesn't eat snacks. How does he do crime?
Listen, he's got a lot of bad influences around him. I mean, Dot doesn't eat snacks. She just eats protein bars. She's kind of like one of those like super crazy post-apocalyptic preppers that end up on like TV. She's like, yeah, no, it's fine. I've got like tons of granola that never expires. The outside world is a scary place.
I want to hang out with Vestal because Vestal proved from the moment that they showed up in this game that they are such a powerful friend figure. Like, they listen, they genuinely care for other people, they're insightful, and so I feel like that is just, they're wise. There's just a lot to be said for a great afternoon, like you said, kind of just sitting at coffee or hanging out in a park and talking about life, listening to the wisdom that Vestal has to share and talking to them about your day.
I would like Vestal for the sheer fact that we're the same size, like height and like everything, so we could like share clothes. I feel like that would be very nice.
I may or may not have actually, I don't know if I modeled them slightly after our good friend, Bree, but I think there was a small, like, I didn't know how tall Bree was. I didn't know some of the things about her. I was just like, Bree is a tall, powerful witch. This is the character that I'm going to play in this one. And then I was like... she was also a little bit after the one-shot, or not the one-shot, sorry. I was in Argo 37 as a drop character, and she was a little bit based off of that character, because I was like, I really like this design of this like powerful figure that just like emanates like almost like a passive charisma to them. that they don't have to say many words to prove that they can be like a force of some sort. So.
Yeah. Welcome Raiders from Dice Priory. Hi everyone. We're having a bit of a cast talk today. Unfortunately, our wonderful DM White Rabbit Pick, who's usually I'm sitting in their chair, is not with us today. Well, they're in chat at the minute, but they're not able to do the stream. So we're just doing some questions and answers about Eden and the Edenfall podcast. In fact, we're about an hour in, so I might put out a call to the chat for any last questions, as we'll probably be wrapping soon. And I did notice someone in chat point out that no one mentioned Adam Watson for bringing them to the real life to hang out with.
Right.
Likes Adam Watson, so why would we bring him back?
I'm so forgetful. I would definitely forget to call him back in this world too, and then he would cause an apocalypse. I don't got time for that. I'm forgetful as hell.
I also say shout out to Alice for hanging out with the noodle guy in real life, because that is a great answer. That is very good. I
And
think
it's just
the
so
noodle
true.
guy is very good. Yes.
That's literally what Alice would do. She'd be like, "Who has the food?" Hey.
Yeah.
We'll just call like a guy, can bring some beer. We can just like take the day off. We're all just gonna hang out and have a really good time. Forget about the apocalypse.
Oh,
Yeah. I just saw that comment too.
oh, Mackenzie there.
Yeah.
I kind of like Adam Watson.
That's not a question.
I feel
Mackenzie,
like
I'm gonna remember that for Friday. Just so you know.
Oh.
I mean, I feel like if I ask any questions about how that makes you feel, this might turn into a bit of a therapy session. So maybe I shouldn't. Yeah, well, Alice was asking about your conspiracy theories.
It's all a
Oh, I-
lie. Nothing is real.
Okay, here's my conspiracy theory. The moon landing was faked. And there
Earth is
was
flat.
there was a vessel, the moon landing was fake, but it was such a successful propaganda. It was so successful in propagating this idea that America had made it to the moon first. It was this great burst of patriotism and nationalism that we definitely needed, that a bunch of uber rich people put themselves in a metal tin. They shot themselves to the moon. Now, because the moon landing was fake, they didn't ever find out the fact that there were already people living on the moon. Who were they? Robots. Robots were living in the moon. The humans, they get to the moon. They're like, we're from Earth. The robots are like, welcome, humans. And then what happens? Eden is born. Everyone in Eden is a robot. We don't know it yet, but that's what I'm thinking. Everyone is a hyper-realistic, I'm talking Battlestar Galactica, Cylone level of robot. That's what we're going to find out. Everyone on Earth has no idea what the fuck is going on. They're still living in World War II, okay? The Cold War hasn't ended. Germ theory hasn't even started. It's crazy back on Earth. Meanwhile, the robots, they're just doing their best life. They're living the dream. They have reality TV. They have noodles. People on Earth, they've never even had noodles. They don't even know what noodles are. That's what's going on.
Can always rely on you, Heavenly, for the best theories. Also behind the theory, does Artie poop? And many, many more.
I have a question. Just one question.
Ooh.
Did you come up with that on the spot?
Yes.
Or did
Yes,
you...
I did. Yes, I did.
Or has this been a reoccurring thought in which you have been dwelling on?
No.
Right, it sounded very murder board. Like,
No,
like sometimes you speak and I just want to like vote for you for president.
No, I just wanted to come up with something really crazy, so I just went for it.
Oh, I love true chaotic energy. It's the best.
Well, any others though? Bree, I mean, your character was tied pretty strongly to Adam in the last season. Do you have any theories?
Listen, I don't have, like, the problem is every time I come up with a theory, I'm like, but wait, because sometimes I'm like, oh no, Adam Watson must still be alive. It's so easy. They could have just cloned him. There's clones. There's always clones. But wait, maybe he's dead. Maybe it's just a recording from before he died. And it was all part of the plan because it's part of the game, because they went back in time. They know what's going to happen. but wait, maybe he's an artificial intelligence and he's just living in the technology and it's totally fine and he's just going to be watching us through all of the wires from here on out. Maybe. I don't have the ability to stick on one conspiracy theory. Like, I panic and it's just like rapid cycles and I'm like, oh my god. That's when I start hyperventilating, and that's why I get so dizzy, because I can't keep up with all of my thoughts.
We lost Renee.
We did lose Renee.
Baby, come back.
We'll see if she comes back in a couple of seconds. The cameras will be a little bit broken for a hot second. Mostly because I can't be bothered to change the thing from 6 down to 5. I already did 6 down to 4. But hey, we'll get there. So
I'm very
Zelda. I was just about to
Sorry.
point
I'm
the.
very behind, but also one of my favorite parts is a little bit selfishly the part where met the old woman in Screen Care that had the gem, and how Aunt Alice tied that in and handled that as well. That was really, really interesting. And I felt like a million things going through my head at that time, like questions and theories on how that could possibly be and what it meant. And I was just, it made me like really intrigued into how Alice was interpreting this whole scenario with the jewel and the aging process of it. And power that comes with it. That's all. I was a little bit late, but hey, there we go.
No, it's all good. In chat, Alice is telling you to breathe, Bree. I think during the
Oh,
conspiracy
it's
theory.
her fault. She brought up conspiracy theories. I get overwhelmed by the conspiracies. She also said she's going to rest. So, Alice, we love you. Thank you for everything that you do for us. You are wonderful. You are amazing. You are just the greatest GM. You're so loved, and I can't wait to give you a hug at Gen Con, and I hope you feel better.
Yeah, Gen Con, where we'll all get to actually properly meet up. I imagine we may have to sequester ourselves away at some point just to have some Eden family time, just like the cast. I'm not even sure if I count as part of that, but I want to.
You are part of it.
You are a part of it, of course.
I'm gonna drag Coco with, because he has to listen to me scream every night. Poor
True.
thing.
Valid.
He's always like, "What happened? Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah, no, it's fine. Adam Watson just reappeared. Don't worry about it. Go back to sleep, because it's like midnight."
This is fine. Let's see. What's favorite GM intrusion? Is there anything you want to happen in the future? And can I join? What is the favorite GM intrusion that you guys have had? When has Alice dropped something that you weren't expecting her to drop?
Oh wait, that wasn't it. Was that one? No, that was a guest intrusion. Never mind.
Yeah,
was a-
that was a guest
That was my
intrusion.
favorite audience
I believe.
intrusion. GM intrusion. No, those are a lot scarier for me. Those are less positive.
I would join on my phone.
Like when she, when Soren got thrown into a hole, and didn't recover from that, and we had to go hunt her down because we thought she died.
I will say it wasn't all a loss.
It wasn't what?
It wasn't all a loss. I mean, that basically was the episode that birthed Dostal, so I mean, I'm not gonna be upset about it.
Right.
It might be my favorite GM intrusion because of that. So
Terrible. You're terrible.
Poor Soren.
Wonderful people.
yes. I'm sorry. You know what? It's just this game. It does things to your mind.
Hey.
Hello.
Hi, I'm back on my phone hotspot.
Your internet went out again?
It did, and this is the second time this has happened during Eden, and I am not pleased. I'm going to have to talk to my internet provider.
Uh-oh.
Sounds to me like your relay gets switched at this time or something like that.
Sounds to me like I'm gonna have words.
I think there's nothing that has ever excited me more than the thought of like Renee getting angry at someone. Like it's very empowering, and I'm very excited for the hell that you unleash on this customer service employee.
This is my time. This is my favorite time of the week. You do not get to do this to me.
Wow, you really froze for a second there as well. Like, I'm getting the finger point like now. It's great. So, last question then. Is there anything you want to happen in the future of this game? Excepting Season 3.
Well, besides Season 3, I just want to prevent the apocalypse. Dot has her first family ever, and she doesn't want to lose anyone.
Such simple dreams. I just don't want the apocalypse to happen.
Well, it's true. Like, Dot is a simple girl at this point. Like, she's had her first, like, breakdown, probably since all of this happened, because she spent so much time holding it together. But the idea of losing everyone she cared about, like it already happening in the future, and she was not able to control it or protect them, and she knows that as a fact, terrified her. And she really just doesn't want to lose all the people she loves.
Honestly, valid. Anyone else want to answer?
I would like Coil to free all of the keepers
Oh.
and fit all of them with paddles and instill a new order of paddling, and there will be no policing and there will be no jails, but there will be paddles if you act up and if you try and run.
If you try and run, damn. Any more?
That's it. Just a sortie kiss.
Just a sortie kiss.
Just a sortie kiss. I'll be happy. Nah, I mean, I want other things to happen too, but that's all I'm gonna say.
You know, I want Coil to find a romance.
I don't think Coil needs a romance. They're just still trying to figure out themselves.
But that's the thing. I feel like I would just love for Coil to just romance everyone. Like, not even trying, but everyone fall in love with Coil. Like,
Maybe there could be a romance between Coil and the guard who she's
Chris! Yes!
Chris.
That would
Yeah.
be so sweet. Y'all could have like a really like a flirty platonic relationship while you, and it would be great because you'd be like, I smell your pheromones. What's going on?
Maybe
I
at
don't
some
know.
point Coil will have to go back and she'll have to apologize to Chris, but they won't know what they're apologizing for, and they're trying not to admit that they broke in on Chris's watch, but still apologizing.
Troil?
This does just mean that, of course, Chris must be into paddles, right?
Oh boy.
Is a paddle daddy.
He's a paddle daddy.
And with
Rest
that,
assured he's a paddle
I'm
daddy.
done.
Yeah, on that bombshell, I think that's where we can wrap up the show. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming and chatting with us tonight. We'll hopefully be back next week. Alice should be getting some rest, getting back on her feet, and getting herself well again, and back next week. Today we are going to go and play a raid. We're going to head over to Tales from the Grim. I don't think we're going to have a raid cry, so we'll just go over and say hi. It'd be great to see you all in chat. This has been a ton of fun. Is there anything that anyone wants to say on the way out? Outros or anything like that?
Check
I
out
love
Eden
you.
Fall the podcast,
Eat in fall. Eat in fall.
announcing cast in the next few weeks and coming months, and then announcing a release date. And going from there, it's gonna be freaking epic.
Well, since it just turned midnight where I am, that's like, what, 48 hours until you finish the thing or something, right, Renee? Or...
Oh yeah, 48 hours till I finish casting and send out emails. Whoop whoop! But also,
No pressure.
No pressure.
no pressure. But hey, yeah, if you want to talk about it on Twitter, that helps us a lot too. There are lots of ways to show us support, including just talking about the show, getting about it. So thanks.
I'm really excited.
Do you know what? Paddle Daddy would make a great raid cry, and because we're raiding
I was
Tales from
gonna
the
say-
Grim, I think they'll understand as well. I think it's okay to use that raid cry on them. If we were going to someone new, I wouldn't use it, but I think Greg will appreciate that. Yeah, let someone knock up the Paddle Daddy as a raid cry for us. And yeah, check out Eden Fullcast, check out all of our wonderful players, and you guys, we will see you next week for more Eden. Catch you later, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.